What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dancing 1711, the best damn thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Around. Now, I know I haven't made very many videos lately. I have been pretty busy with work, trying to find a second job, because I'm only getting like 4 hours a week right now in Menards, but that's beside the point. I'll get into that more in maybe a rant video that I'll do some other time. It's not right now. I'll still be doing videos when I can, but just know they won't come every week for the best damn card, or those come when I'm able to actually post something up. Now, that being said, I'm going to get into what this video is actually about. It is a update video on my flamvell laval deck, which a lot of people have actually been asking for lately. So the main deck has pretty much stayed the same. The majority of the changes are in the extra deck and the side deck, but I'm still going to go through the whole thing for the people who have subbed to me after the last ones, in case they haven't seen it. So with that being said, I'm going to kick it off right now with the monsters. Now, we run 24 monsters. I know that's a lot, but it gives us plenty of options. Now, up first, of course, we gotta run 3 flamvell fire dogs. Why? Because he's the boss of the deck, pretty much. Other than the extra deck stuff, this guy is gonna be your go-to guy. He's 1900 level 4 fire. When he destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard. Now, the graveyard part is important. It doesn't get it if it attacks a token, because they don't go to the graveyard. You can special summon one one monster, one fire type monster from your deck with 2,000 or less defense, except another flamvell fire dog. So what does that mean? Well, that means you can grab, say, laval Lancelot, a 2100 attack beat stick, 200 defense, and he'll still be able to attack that turn. Not bad, huh? Moving right along. We are also running 3 flamvell magicians. Now, this is a little side note. This isn't for why I'm running the deck. I do want to get everything, all the monsters in this, as many of them as possible in DT. So I'm looking for one more DT magician. That being said, the reason I've run 3 of this is because I run a lot of level 8s. So this plus Fire Dog, which this can be brought off a Fire Dog, boom, level 8. Moving right along, 2 Neo Flamvell Sabers. Like I said in the last one, I love opening this guy first turn. Especially if I'm going first. Or even if I'm going second, it doesn't matter. Because most likely, unless they're running lights ones, they're not going to have a lot of cards in their graveyard right off the bat. Especially with plants being dead this format. Now, why I like this card so much and why I like playing it first turn is because while your opponent has 4 less cards in their graveyard, this card gains 600 attack. You're wondering, why is that good? Well, it's because he starts off at 1500 attack. That makes him a level 4, 2100. I could easily tech in a Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon and use this guy as one of my tributes for him, if my opponent has 4 less cards in their graveyard. Now, the downside to running him and what makes him be a dead draw late in the game is the fact that he loses 300 attack if my opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. So I'll normally say side this guy out games 2 and 3. So Other than that, he's pretty damn broken, and he can be brought out again via Fire Dog. Moving right along, I run 2 flamvell babies. This is what mainly gives me my access to my level 9 synchro, which I don't actually have on me right now, but it is coming in the mail. Um, and I'll talk about that later on in the video. But I run 2 of these. I can easily, during my turn, send this guy from my hand to the graveyard to pump up, say, a Fire Dog. Then if I have Rekindling or Monster Reborn in my hand, play that, bring this out, Fire Dog attacks over a monster, brings out, say, Saber, sink for 9. Bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, 2 babies. And that was my computer, not yours. 1 flamvell poon. I run this to search out any of the flamevells, or to sync for formula with baby. Nothing else really to say about that one. 1 Neo Flamvell Origin. Again, it's a level 2 tuner, so I have plenty of options for when I go to synchro. 500 attack, 200 defense, as all the flamevells have, except for like a couple of them. And then if I control a face-up flamevell monster, set Neo Origin, and your opponent has 3 or less cards in their graveyard, you can special summon this guy from your hand. So, say I open up this and the Saber on my first turn. Normal Saber, special this, sync for 6. Now, the last card for the Flamevells, Neo Flamevell Hedgehog. It's a level 3 tuner, Pyro. 800 attack, 200 defense. What I like about this guy is that he can get cards out of my opponent's graveyard if he's destroyed by battle. Which can be pretty good, especially if I have a Saber on the field and they have 4 cards in their graveyard. I can make sure they don't get that 5th card in any time in the near future. Plus he's a level 3, which helps go into some of my laval synchros. Moving on to the laval aspect of the deck, I'm running 2 Laval Miller. Why am I running this guy? Simple. I can set him in defense, let him get destroyed by battle, send 2 other lavals to the graveyard. Now keep in mind this is for the stuff that we got in, still based on the stuff we got in Hidden Arsenal 5. I have not updated it for Hidden Arsenal 6 when that comes out, and the DT6 stuff. So, no tender yet. But once I get tender, this guy's going to play even more of a role in there. So yeah, 2 Laval Millers sends 2 lavals from my deck to a grave, which helps me with the effects of some other ones, because I'll normally send 2 different lavals. Plus with him, there's 3 different lavals in the grave. So 2 of him. Next up, 2 Laval Warrior. Level 4 Warrior, 1800 attack, 500 defense. So it's not rekindlingable or be able to be brought off via Fire Dog. But it's still pretty good. Because, and this is why I like it, because I like burn effects more than anything else, which is why I'm a fan of Gallus, Stealth Bird, stuff like that. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, while you have 4 or more lava monsters with different names in your graveyard, so you can even destroy a token and it'll still get this effect, but you want the monster you're destroying to actually have attack points, because inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster destroyed by that battle. So if it destroys the token, its effect's not going to really matter, even though it's just even though it doesn't have to be sent to the graveyard for its effect to kick in. So, want to hit something fair, kind of with attack points with this thing, but you don't have to. Yeah, moving on. 2 Level 4 spread. Level 2 Pyro Tuner. 300 attack, 200 defense. Its effect, not really important in this deck, more so the fact it's a level 2 tuner that can be brought off via Fire Dog. So, that's the main thing, and it's rekindleable. Next up, 2 Laval Burner. Why am I running this guy? It's simple. If I open up this guy and a Miller, I'm guaranteed second turn to be special summoning this guy from my hand. So I'll set the Miller, let them attack into it, send 2 different levels, because then I'll have 3 levels in the grave, different levels in the grave, which allows me to, hold on, I dropped them. 2 different levels in the grave, and his effect is that if there are 3 different levels in the grave, special summon this guy from your hand. So level 5, 2100 attack beat stick. That's all it does. This next card I'm running mainly just because it's another Laval, another different named Laval. Laval Judgment Lord. I will normally send this guy to the grave for Miller's effect, and then usually Monster Reborn it. I know it's a waste, but at 2700 attack, why not? You can get over pretty much anything. Especially now that Trish is banned. The only thing you can't really get over is even used nowadays is Scrap Dragon and Colossal Fighter. So, other than those 2, this dude pretty beefy. That's really all I use him for. No other name for the other levels. Sorry. Coming down to the last 2 monsters I'm running 1 Laval Lancer. I already touched on his effect on him a bit. He's a level 6 warrior, 2100 attack, 200 defense. So he's rekindleable. He's Fire Dog, searchable, and he puts in work. The last monster before I go into spells is Laval Magma Cannoneer. Why do I run this guy? Because he has a burn effect. Like I said before, I like burn effects. And I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit from here on out because I'm already on the 13-minute mark. Pretty much, level 4, 1700 attack, 200 defense. So again, it's searchable via Fire Dog, and it can be brought back out from the grave via rekindling. And up to twice per turn, you can discard 1 fire-type monster from your hand to the graveyard and inflict 500 damage. So if you have a bunch of flamvells and you want to get into your grave quickly, bring him out, boom, pop them on the field. Moving into spells, we got 11 spells here. Obviously we got 3 rekindling. Why do I run 3? Because you have to run 3. It is that damn broken. And up next, we got 2 Pot of Duality. It does special summon a lot, but I can wait a turn via, say, Hedgehog or Miller. If I duality into them, then I don't have to worry about special summoning that turn. I can use them as setup. So, 2 pots. 1 pot average, because you're going to be loading your graveyard really quick. So this thing puts in work. And then we got the staple 5 spells. 2 MST, 1 Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, and 1 Heavy Storm. Why? Because they win games. Pure and simple. Now, moving on to traps, we got 5 of them. Up first, we got Mirror Force. Why? It wins games. I like it. Why do I like it? Because people don't run it nowadays. So not many people are going to expect it. I still like it. I still run it in almost every deck. Next, we got the Solemn Brigade to negate stuff. You know the drill. Next, a tech card of my favor, of my choice, Burgeoning Whirlflame. Now this card is very nifty, because it can counter stuff like Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning, if you have a lava monster in your hand. Why do I say that? Because this is also a counter trap. And what it does is that when a trap card is activated, it just, any trap card can be a Solemn Judgment. Send one lava monster from your hand to the graveyard, negate the activation, and destroy it. So it negates Solemn Judgment without you having to pay half your life points. You can stop skill drain. You can stop any trap that's causing you issues, as long as you have this when that trap card is activated. But here's the kicker. You can banish 2 fire monsters from your graveyard, add this card to your hand. So you can keep reusing this as long as you have lavas in your hand. Pretty dang good, if you ask me. So, that's everything in the main deck. I'm now going to move on to the extra deck, and then I'll do the side. So, first off, I already touched on it when I was talking about Poon and Baby. One Formula Synchron. Why? Because it's good. It draws your cards. One Magical Android. If I had it, this would be a Hyper Librarian. But I don't. So I make do with Magical Android. One Laval Dual Slasher. This guy's actually pretty good, even though he's just a common. 2400 attack, 200 defense. So again, he can be brought back out via rekindling. And it's just one tuner plus one or more non-tuner fire monsters. Well, all the monsters in this deck are fire, except for the synchros. And what this effect is it gains effects based on the number of lava monsters in my grave. If there's 2 or more, once per turn if this card attacks, the defense position monster can attack once again in a row. So it has to be the next one to attack again. And then if there's 3 or more, it deals piercing damage. Next up, the fire, the lava archetype's own Brio. I run one Lava Ball Dragon. Level 5, 200 attack, and 2000 attack, 1100 defense. And why do I say it's a Brio? Because you can return 2 lava monsters in your graveyard to your deck to select one card your opponent controls, return that card to the hand. So it's Brio's effect with a different cost. Which is good because I don't actually have a Brio yet. But I am hoping to get one, and I do have something in here to replace it till I do. Moving on, we run one Lava the Greater. I was kind of iffy running this card. I'll either take this out or a card coming up when I get my Brio. But what it does is 2400 attack, 800 defense, level 6. When this card is synchro summoned, send one card from your hand to the graveyard. If this card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can remove from play one lava monster from your graveyard instead. So, it's not bad. It puts in work. Up next, Gaia Knight. Why not? Why? Because it can run over Stardust, it can run over Sheehan, it can run over almost any, quite a few synchros actually, and quite a few other stuff. Iron Chain Dragon. This is the other possibility that I'm taking out when I get Brio. I run this just because it can mill my opponent's deck, which can be really helpful if you're facing light swarms. Make them run out of cards faster. And yeah, it also speeds up their Judgment Dragons, but By the time they actually bring it out, you probably have already milled the whole deck. 2,500 for a level 6, not bad. Personal favorite of mine, one flamvell Urquiza. Why? It puts in work. It's a level 6, it gains attack, it deals piercing, which is my second favorite effect. I run one ancient flamvell deity. Why? Because I can remove cards from my opponent's graveyard. So, like say, Insector Hopper, not Hopper Hornet, Wind Up Hunter. Stuff they want to have in the grave for when they go off. I can remove cards from the graveyard up to the number of cards in their hand. So if they're keeping hand advantage and this guy comes out, they're fucked. Sorry for the language, but this group. Next is a staple in every deck, Black Rose Dragon. Next we got Colossal Fighter. Why? Because it puts in work. A few of these monsters in the deck are warriors already. So, why not bring out something that can benefit from them? Next, obviously, Stardust Dragon. Up next, we got Red Dragon Archfiend. This is my replacement for Scrap Dragon. Yeah, just like I said, if I had a Scrap Dragon, I'd be running it. So yeah. The 14th card that I actually am running right now, Thought Ruler Archfiend. It puts in work. When you're paying a lot of life points for the Solemn Brigade, you're also going to be taking life points damage if you don't open that grade. This guy can help with that. Fire Dog plus Flamevell. Fire Dog plus Magician. Boom. 2,700, level 8. Gain life points every time it destroys a monster in battle. What's not to love? Plus it can just, if it gets targeted, pay 1,000, negate it. This plus Stardust. They're going into scoop phase. Now, the last card I'd be running, if I actually had it, it is on the way from a trade. Mistworm. Why? Because Trish got banned. Mistworm is your best option now that Trish is banned. You bring it out, you bounce 3 of their cards, you attack him for game. Pure and simple. Now, I'm moving on to the side deck now. Now, some of these don't have sleeves, some of them have different sleeves because they're from a different deck. And the ones that don't have sleeves, it's just because I ran out of same sleeves, these Sheehan sleeves. Anyway. Okay, I'm just making sure I have them all. 15 cards, obviously. Up first, Book of Moon. Why? It can help with the, it can set a monster into defense, stop an attack. Why not run it? I couldn't find room for it in the main, so I sided it. We got one Mystical Space Typhoon. Why not? And then 2 Dust Tornadoes. I run this plus the Mystical when I face Gravekeepers, Dragoonies, because they still are pretty good at my locals. 6 Sams can sometimes run that field spell of theirs for extra Bushido counters. So, I run these plus the Mystical Pillar. 1/7 Tools of the Bandit. I usually slide this in place of the Burgeoning World Flame. So, why not? My first personal favorite trap, Double Biomass. It puts in work. 2 DV Crows. Why do I run this? The same reason I run the Ancient Flamvell Deity. Gets rid of those graveyard-based stuff. 2 Kaikos. The Ghost Destroyer. I run this because BLS is still around and still got Chaos Sorcerer. Plus we got the Lightwaves on the way, which are going to be removing stuff as well. So, this guy puts in work. 2 LA just as Psycho Leaders. For those agent matchups, and those light form matchups. That's pretty much it. And last but not least, I'm running 2 Raikos. Now these are also in a deck I'm working on for when Galactic Overlord comes out. It's basically a light ray turbo deck. I'll get into more of that when the set drops and I get the cards I need for it. But yeah, 2 Raikos. Why? Set it like you would set Miller or Hedgehog. Let them ram into it. Pop shit off. Fills your grave with more stuff for Avarice, Rekindling, you name it, you got it. Bada bing, bada boom. That's my deck, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.